Have you ever looked around your home and thought, didn't I just clean this yesterday? Somehow, the dishes are back in the sink, papers are piling up on the counter, and the floors, well, let's not talk about the floors. And in that moment, maybe you sigh and think, I just don't have the energy I used to. But what if I told you that keeping a clean, peaceful home doesn't require more energy? It just takes a different approach. Today, I want to share with you something I've learned not just from experience, but from the wise women I've known, mothers, grandmothers, neighbors, who seem to keep their homes effortlessly tidy. The secret isn't in deep cleaning marathons or chasing perfection. It's in small, gentle habits, done every day, that make your home feel lighter, calmer, and truly yours again. And the best part? These habits don't just tidy your home, they ease your mind. So if you're ready to stop feeling overwhelmed and start feeling back in control, let's begin. You're just one small shift away from waking up to a space that feels like a breath of fresh air. 1. Take a moment every day to enjoy your space. Let me start with something that most people skip, but the women I admire most never do. They take time every single day to enjoy their home, not to fix it, not to organize it, just to be in it. And you know what? That small, quiet habit has a big impact on how they feel. We spend so much of our lives caring for others, keeping things running, folding, wiping, cooking, cleaning, worrying, and somehow we forget to pause, to sit down in our favorite chair, to look around and say, this feels good, not perfect, just good. You deserve that moment. One woman once told me, I used to finish cleaning and immediately jump into the next task. Then one day, I lit a candle, poured myself a cup of tea, and sat for 5 minutes. And I realized I didn't want a cleaner house. I wanted a calmer life. That stuck with me. Because isn't that what we all want at this stage in life? Not more things to do, just more peace. So here's what I do, and what I hope you'll try. After you've tidied up, even just a little, don't rush off. Sit in the quiet. Open a window. Feel the light come through. Let your home feel like a place that gives you something back. That moment, no matter how small, is how you remind yourself, this space is mine, and I've earned this peace. It's not selfish. It's necessary. When you enjoy your home, even for 5 minutes, you reconnect with your purpose. And when you feel good in your space, you're more likely to care for it, not out of obligation, but out of love. So if you try nothing else this week, try this. Find one little moment to pause, breathe, and enjoy the space you've created. Not because it's spotless, but because it's yours. 2. Let fresh air in every day. There's something magical that happens when you open a window, even if it's just a small crack, even if it's just for 10 minutes. The air shifts, the room changes, and somehow, without even lifting a finger, your home feels lighter, like it's taken a deep breath right alongside you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. It's too cold, or it's allergy season, or why bother? But let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a home that looked perfectly clean but just felt stale? That heaviness in the air? That's what we're clearing out. Fresh air isn't just about circulation, it's about renewal. It moves out yesterday's cooking smells, the dust, the stuffiness. But more importantly, it clears the energy. And if you're someone who spends a lot of time at home, especially in retirement, your space needs to feel good as much as it looks good. I remember visiting my grandmother's house as a child. Every morning, even in the winter, she would crack open the kitchen window just a bit while she made her coffee. That tiny ritual became the scent of childhood for me. Fresh air, coffee, a sense that the day was beginning fresh. And it's something I still do to this day. So whether you live in the countryside, a small apartment, or a quiet suburban street, try this. Tomorrow morning, before the day gets away from you, open a window, just for a few minutes. Let the breeze in. Let your home exhale. And while you're at it, take a breath yourself. You don't have to light candles or spray fancy scents. Sometimes the cleanest feeling comes from something as simple and timeless as fresh air. It doesn't cost a thing. It doesn't take strength or time. But it just might be the soft reset your home and your spirit needs every single day. 3. Make your bed. Your first quiet victory of the day. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? Just make the bed. And yet, this tiny act done first thing in the morning has a ripple effect far beyond your bedroom. Making your bed isn't about being tidy. It's about telling yourself before the rest of the world asks anything of you, I've already accomplished something. It's your first quiet victory of the day. Gentle, small, but powerful. When we wake up, the world can feel overwhelming. Maybe the knees hurt. Maybe the list of things to do already feels long. But when you turn around, smooth the sheets, fluff the pillows, and step back, it's like sending yourself a little message. I care about this space. I care about how I feel in it. I once spoke with a woman in her 70s who told me, I live alone now. No one sees my bed but me. But I make it every single morning because it sets the tone. If I make my bed, I'm less likely to let the kitchen pile up or toss clothes on the chair. It's a keystone habit, one small action that leads to many more. And you know what? She's absolutely right. Even on the days when the living room isn't perfect, when the dishes aren't done, when life feels a little messy, walking into a bedroom with a made bed gives you a sense of order, a sense of peace. It doesn't have to be perfect, just neat enough to say, this space is ready for me. So here's my challenge. Try it tomorrow. Before you leave the room, just take 2 minutes. Yes, it really can take just 2 minutes to straighten your bedding. You might be surprised at how different your whole day feels, because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do at the start of the day is something small, done with intention. 4. Tidy up before bed. A gift for your morning self. There's something deeply comforting about waking up to a clean, quiet home. No dishes in the sink, no shoes in the hallway, just a gentle stillness that greets you and says, you're safe, you're home. That feeling, it doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of one small decision the night before, to spend just 5 or 10 minutes putting things back in place. Now, I know how tempting it is to sink into the couch after dinner and tell yourself, I'll deal with it tomorrow. And sometimes, sure, that's okay. We all have those days. But what I've found, and what many wise women before me have lived by, is this simple truth. How you end the day shapes how you begin the next one. You don't need to scrub floors or deep clean, just a gentle reset. Fold the blanket on the sofa, clear the coffee table, wipe down the sink, put away the mug, the book, the mail. It's not about being perfect. It's about being kind to your future self. Think about it. Tomorrow morning, you'll open your eyes, and instead of being greeted by yesterday's mess, you'll step into calm. That's a gift, one you give yourself, one that doesn't cost money, doesn't require strength, just a little intention. And if you're like me, you'll notice something else, too. The better your morning feels, the better choices you make all day long. It starts a chain reaction, less stress, more ease. And that's something worth 5 minutes, isn't it? So tonight, before you head to bed, try it. Just 10 minutes. A small tidy up, no pressure, no perfection, just love, shown through action. Because you deserve to start each day with peace, not chaos. And the best part? You're the one who can make that happen. 5. Wipe the surfaces. 1 minute that makes a room feel brand new. You'd be amazed at how much difference 1 minute can make. 1 single minute. That's all it takes to wipe down the surfaces you use every day, and somehow the entire room feels brighter, fresher, more cared for. It doesn't need to be fancy. You don't need expensive sprays or rubber gloves. Just a damp cloth, a simple homemade vinegar mix, or even a gentle wipe you keep under the sink. What matters isn't the product, it's the habit. Have you ever walked into your kitchen and felt that something just felt off, even if the floor was clean? Maybe it was a little spill on the counter, a ring from a cup, some crumbs under the toaster. Those little things, tiny as they are, make a big impact on how we feel in our homes. And here's what I've learned. When surfaces are clean, everything else looks cleaner too. It's like putting on lipstick. You may not be wearing full makeup, but you instantly feel more polished. Same with the kitchen counter or your coffee table. When it's clean, the whole space shines. I remember visiting a friend in her 70s. Her house always felt so peaceful. I once asked, "What's your secret?" And she laughed and said, "I wipe my counters every time I walk past them. It just became part of me. Not a chore, not a big deal, just a quiet, loving habit." So here's what I recommend. Choose 2 or 3 surfaces you use the most. Maybe your bathroom sink, your kitchen counter, and the table next to your favorite chair. Once a day, just give them a quick wipe. It'll take less time than scrolling through your phone, but the payoff is so much bigger. Because when your surfaces are clean, your home feels ready. And more importantly, you feel ready too. 6. Declutter as you go. The one-touch rule. Clutter doesn't arrive all at once. It sneaks in, quietly, slowly, little by little. A magazine left on the chair, a coffee cup on the end table, yesterday's mail on the kitchen counter. Before you know it, those little things become a big mess, and suddenly your space feels heavier than it should. But here's something the neatest, calmest women I know all have in common. They don't let clutter settle. They use a simple rule. If you touch it once, you deal with it right then. It's called the one-touch rule. If you pick something up, don't set it down somewhere else. Just for now. Put it where it belongs. Done. No second trip. No mental clutter lingering in the back of your mind. I learned this from a friend who used to be a nurse. She told me, in the hospital, if you leave something out, even for a minute, it becomes a safety risk. At home, it's not about safety, it's about peace. That one little rule keeps my home from falling apart. Think about how often we put things down thinking we'll get back to it later. Shoes near the door, mail on the counter, glasses on the side table, but later doesn't always come. And when it does, now you've got 5 or 10 little things waiting for you instead of just one. So here's what I do. I treat every object like a guest in my home. If I pick it up, I guide it back where it belongs. Just 10 or 20 seconds here and there. But the result? A home that rarely ever feels chaotic. Try it today. Just start with one small thing. The book you finished, the remote you just used, that pair of reading glasses. See how it feels when you put it away right away. You'll be surprised how light the space and your mind begins to feel. Because decluttering isn't about having less stuff. It's about having less stress. 7. Handle paper clutter daily. Stop the piles before they grow. Let's talk about one of the sneakiest sources of clutter in the home, paper. It doesn't seem like much at first. A bill, a receipt, a coupon you meant to use. But give it a few days and suddenly your kitchen counter or dining table is buried under unopened envelopes and random notes. Here's the truth. Paper clutter isn't just messy. It's mentally exhausting. Every time you walk past that stack, part of your brain says, "I should deal with that." Even if you don't stop, it lingers. And over time, it weighs you down more than you realize. That's why one of the best habits I ever adopted is this. I deal with paper the moment it comes into the house. Not tomorrow, not when I get around to it. Right then. It doesn't take long. I keep a small basket near the door. When I bring in the mail, I sort it right away. Junk mail goes straight to recycling. Bills go into a folder. Important letters get opened and handled. Done. One woman told me, "I used to let mail pile up for weeks and then spend hours sorting through it. Now I do it daily. It takes me 2 minutes and I never feel overwhelmed anymore. And it's not just about mail. Take a look around. Do you have old grocery lists on the fridge? Expired coupons, magazines you've already read? Let them go. Free your space and your mind. Try setting a simple rule. No paper gets to stay out more than 24 hours. You'll be amazed how much calmer your kitchen, living room, and even your thoughts become. Because when your surfaces are clear, you can breathe, you can focus, You can sit down with your cup of tea and not have that nagging thought saying, you still have to sort through that pile. Paper clutter doesn't need to win. One small habit, every single day, is all it takes to keep it under control. 8. Don't leave dishes overnight. Give yourself a fresh start every morning. There's nothing quite like starting the day with a clean kitchen. The quiet, the soft morning light, maybe the smell of coffee brewing, and best of all, an empty sink. No dishes piled high, no reminders of yesterday's mess. Just calm. Now contrast that with the feeling of walking into the kitchen first thing in the morning and seeing a sink full of dirty plates, glasses, and pans. It's like the day hasn't even started and already you're behind. That's why this habit, never leaving dishes overnight, is one of the most powerful acts of self-care I know. It's not about being a neat freak. It's about setting the tone for your morning. I used to think, I'm too tired, I'll do it tomorrow. And sometimes, yes, we're exhausted and need rest. But most nights, it really only takes 5 to 10 minutes to rinse the dishes, load the dishwasher, or wash a few by hand. And those 5 minutes? They give me something far more valuable the next day, a clean slate, a sense of control, a peaceful start. I once visited a friend in her 80s. She had arthritis in her hands, moved slowly, but her kitchen was always tidy. She told me, I wash my dishes right after dinner because I want to wake up happy. It's my gift to myself tomorrow. Isn't that beautiful? What if we treated these little habits not as chores, but as kindness toward the woman we'll be tomorrow? So here's a gentle challenge for tonight. After dinner, take just a few extra minutes. Wipe down the counters, empty the sink, and then, before you go to bed, peek into that clean kitchen and smile, knowing that tomorrow, you'll wake up to peace, not pressure. Because sometimes the way we end the day is the greatest gift we give to the next one. 9. Do a little laundry every day. No more laundry day marathons. Laundry has a way of sneaking up on you, doesn't it? One day the hamper looks fine, and the next it's overflowing. And just like that, what could have been a simple task becomes a full-day chore that drains your energy and your mood. That's why I stopped saving up laundry years ago. Instead, I started doing just one small load every day, or every other day depending on the season. Towels one day, a few shirts the next, nothing overwhelming, just a little bit, consistently. I'll tell you this, ever since I made that change, I haven't dreaded laundry once. There's something incredibly freeing about never having a giant pile waiting. You're never stuck folding for hours or rushing to wash something last minute. And you never feel like laundry is taking over your weekend. I remember chatting with a woman at church. She was in her 70s, lived alone, always looked so put together. She said, I toss in one load each morning while my coffee brews. By lunch, it's dry and folded. I don't even think about it anymore. And I thought, that's exactly how it should feel. And honestly, it's easier on the body too. No bending for hours. No piles scattered around the house. Just a rhythm, gentle and steady, that keeps you ahead of the mess. If you're someone who finds laundry physically or emotionally exhausting, this habit could change everything. You don't have to commit to a full load every single day. Just build the rhythm. Pay attention. If the basket's halfway full, run it. Keep it light. Keep it moving. Because a home that flows smoothly isn't built through big bursts of effort. It's built through small, thoughtful habits, and a little laundry today means a lighter, easier tomorrow. 10. Keep cleaning supplies within reach. Make cleaning effortless. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to ignore a small mess when the cleaning supplies are nowhere nearby? A drip on the mirror, a smudge on the fridge, a few crumbs on the counter. You see it, you think, I'll get to that later. And then later turns into next week. That's why one of the smartest habits you can adopt is simple. Keep your cleaning supplies where you use them, not all tucked away in one closet down the hall. Spread them out. Make it easy. It might sound small, but trust me, it's a game changer. I keep a microfiber cloth and an all-purpose spray under the kitchen sink, disinfecting wipes in the bathroom, a small duster in the living room drawer. They're not fancy kits, just what I need, exactly where I need it. And because it's right there, I'm far more likely to take 10 seconds to clean something right when I see it. I once visited a neighbor. She was 78 and sharp as a tack. Her home always felt fresh, but she never seemed busy cleaning. One day, I asked her how she did it. She opened a drawer in her side table and said, "Everything I need is right here. Why would I walk across the house to wipe a table?" That stuck with me. Making cleaning convenient means you won't let little messes grow into big ones. It turns chores into quick moments of care. You won't have to gear up to clean. You'll just do it naturally, without thinking twice. So take a few minutes this week. Create small, simple cleaning stations around your home. You don't need a dozen products, just the basics. A cloth, a spray, something easy to grab. When cleaning feels effortless, it becomes part of your flow, not a burden, because the easier you make it for yourself, the more likely you are to stay ahead of the mess, and the more energy you'll have for the things that truly matter. 11th, a quick sweep. Each day, because clean floors change everything. Let me tell you something I didn't fully appreciate until later in life. Clean floors can change the way your whole home feels. Even if your shelves are tidy, your counters are wiped, and the pillows are fluffed, if the floors are gritty or dusty underfoot, something just feels off. You know that feeling when you walk barefoot through the kitchen and feel crumbs? Or spot a little trail of pet hair in the hallway? It's not terrible, but it steals just a bit of peace from your space, and over time, those little things pile up, not just in the corners, but in your mood. That's why one of the most grounding habits I've added to my routine is a quick daily sweep. Just 5 minutes. No deep cleaning, no hauling out the heavy vacuum, just a broom or a lightweight, cordless vac, and a few minutes in the spots that need it most. Think kitchen, entryway, bathroom, hallway. The places we walk through dozens of times each day. I had a friend in her 70s who used to sweep every evening right after dinner. She'd say, "It's not about dirt. It's about resetting the day." And she was right. That gentle end-of-day ritual cleared not only the floor, but her mind. What surprised me most is how this habit keeps the rest of the house cleaner, too. When your floors look good, you're less likely to drop things, less likely to leave shoes or bags lying around. Clean floors change the way you carry yourself in your home. They remind you that this space is cared for. So if you feel overwhelmed by big cleaning days, skip them. Just sweep a little each day. Turn on a song you love. Let your movements be slow and easy. You're not scrubbing floors like a 30-year-old. You're maintaining a peaceful home, one gentle pass at a time. Because when the ground beneath your feet is clean, the rest of your life feels just a little more in order, too. 12th, take time to enjoy your clean home. You've earned it. After all the folding, wiping, sweeping, and tidying, there's one step left, and it may be the most important one of all. Stop for a moment and enjoy the space you've created. Too often, we treat housework like a finish line we never cross. As soon as one thing is done, we see 3 more waiting. And for many women, especially those who've spent years caring for families, raising children, managing homes, we've been taught to just keep going. Rest? That comes last, if it comes at all. But I want to tell you something that might be hard to believe at first. You deserve to enjoy your home, not just keep it running. When your living room is tidy, sit down with your favorite book. When your kitchen is clean, light a candle and savor that peaceful glow. When your bedroom is in order, don't just pass through. Take a breath. Be still. Be present. Because this home of yours, it tells the story of everything you've built. Every surface, every drawer, every quiet corner holds memories, your effort, your love, your resilience. I once spoke to a woman in her 80s who told me, "When I was younger, I cleaned for everyone else. Now I clean for me, because I feel better when my space feels good." That to me is wisdom. So don't just clean and move on. Linger, make a cup of tea, put on soft music, open a window. Let your home love you back. Let it hold you the way you've held it all these years. You've earned this peace. You've earned this beauty. Not by doing everything perfectly, but by showing up with heart, day after day. So today, take 5 minutes, sit in your favorite chair, feel the quiet, and remind yourself, this space is mine, and I deserve to enjoy it. So there you have it, 12 simple, gentle habits that can help make your home feel lighter, calmer, and more like the sanctuary you deserve. Not one of them requires perfection. Not one of them asks more than a few minutes a day. But together, they can transform the way you feel, not just about your house, but about your life inside it. Because a clean home isn't really about impressing anyone else. It's about walking through your space and thinking, I feel good here. I feel safe. I feel like myself. And if 12 habits feel like too much, that's okay. Just pick one. Start there. Maybe tonight you tidy up before bed. Maybe tomorrow morning you open a window or make your bed. That one choice, that one shift, might be all it takes to begin changing the rhythm of your days. You've spent a lifetime taking care of others. Now it's your turn to take care of your space in a way that nourishes you. So here's my question to you. Which habit are you going to start with? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what resonates with you most. And if this video gave you even one moment of peace or encouragement, I hope you'll hit the like button and subscribe. I share tips like these all the time because I believe every woman, especially in her later years, deserves to feel strong, clear, and at home in her own space. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself and take joy in the beautiful home you've built.